Apple cider vinegar, praised as a miracle drink for weight loss, digestion, and overall health. Some say it melts belly fat effortlessly, while others dismiss it as just another overhyped trend. But what's the real truth? Does apple cider vinegar actually help with weight loss, or is it just clever marketing? Today, we're diving deep into the science behind apple cider vinegar. We'll break down how it actually affects metabolism, fat storage, and digestion. Most importantly, we'll separate fact from fiction, so you'll know whether ACV is worth adding to your routine or just another wellness myth. Vinegar isn't new. It's been around for thousands of years. Hippocrates, the father of medicine, used it to treat infections. In ancient China, vinegar was considered a detox elixir. Even during the 18th century, it was popular as a weight loss aid. But it wasn't until modern influencers, celebrities, and diet culture got hold of it that apple cider vinegar became a global health trend. But here's the thing. Just because something is trendy doesn't mean it works. So, let's break down what apple cider vinegar actually does inside your body and whether it truly helps with fat loss. Apple cider vinegar is made through fermentation, a process where natural sugars from apples turn into alcohol and then convert into acetic acid. This acetic acid is what gives ACV its strong smell and taste, but more importantly, it's the compound that's linked to most of its health benefits. So, what does acetic acid actually do? Research suggests that it may help with blood sugar control, digestion, and metabolism. But the big question remains, does it really help you lose weight? Here's where things get interesting. Studies have looked at the effects of acetic acid on fat storage, appetite, and calorie burning. Let's take a closer look at what the research actually says. In a 2009 Japanese study, participants who consumed 1 to 2 tablespoons of vinegar daily for 12 weeks lost slightly more weight than those who didn't. But there's a catch. The weight loss was only around 2 to 4 pounds over 3 months. This means apple cider vinegar alone isn't a magic fat burner. It might help, but only in small amounts, and only when combined with a healthy diet and lifestyle. But where ACV really shines is in appetite control and digestion. Several studies suggest that taking vinegar before meals can slow down stomach emptying, making you feel fuller for longer. This effect helps prevent overeating and may indirectly lead to weight loss. Plus, vinegar has been shown to reduce blood sugar spikes after meals, which means it can help regulate energy levels and cravings. At this point, we have enough evidence to make a clear distinction between what apple cider vinegar can and can't do for weight loss. It can help control appetite and reduce cravings. It may improve digestion and gut health. It helps regulate blood sugar, which can prevent fat storage. However, it doesn't directly melt fat. It won't work unless paired with a healthy diet and exercise. And drinking more apple cider vinegar doesn't mean better results. It can actually be harmful. And speaking of harm, too much apple cider vinegar can actually damage your teeth, irritate your throat, and cause digestive issues. That's why moderation is key. So, we know that apple cider vinegar has some benefits for appetite control, digestion, and blood sugar regulation. But how should you actually use it for weight loss? And what's the best way to avoid the common mistakes people make? First things first, never drink apple cider vinegar straight. It's extremely acidic and can damage your tooth enamel, irritate your throat, and upset your stomach. Instead, always dilute it in water. Mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of ACV with a large glass of water. Drink before meals, ideally 15 to 30 minutes before eating. Limit to 1 to 2 times a day. Use a straw to protect your teeth. Rinse your mouth with water afterward. The best way to take apple cider vinegar is by diluting 1 to 2 tablespoons in a large glass of water and drinking it before meals. This can help with appetite control and digestion without causing irritation. And if you're worried about your teeth, use a straw and rinse your mouth afterward. If you don't like drinking it, you can also use apple cider vinegar in salad dressings, marinades, or mix it into herbal teas. Just make sure you're using raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother for maximum benefits. But what about apple cider vinegar gummies? Are they just as effective? Many people prefer gummies because they're easier to take and taste better. But here's the issue. Most apple cider vinegar gummies contain added sugars and lower amounts of acetic acid, which means you're not getting the full benefits. If you're using apple cider vinegar for weight loss, liquid vinegar is the better choice. Gummies might be convenient, but they often have questionable ingredients and lower potency. Timing matters when it comes to apple cider vinegar. The best times to take it are in the morning or before meals to help with appetite control and digestion. But avoid drinking it right before bed. It can cause acid reflux if you lie down too soon after drinking it. Some people claim that drinking apple cider vinegar before bed helps with metabolism, but there's no strong evidence to support this, and for many, it can actually cause heartburn or digestive issues. So what happens if you take apple cider vinegar every day for a month? Some people report feeling less bloated, having fewer sugar cravings, and better digestion. But keep in mind, ACV alone won't lead to dramatic weight loss. Research shows that any weight loss from ACV is usually small and gradual, around 2 to 4 pounds over several months, not overnight. The key is to use it alongside a balanced diet and active lifestyle. If you're drinking ACV while still eating unhealthy foods and not exercising, don't expect results. But if you use it as part of a healthy lifestyle, it may give you a slight advantage. So does apple cider vinegar really help with weight loss? Yes, but in a very limited way. It won't burn fat on its own, but it may help control appetite, improve digestion, and stabilize blood sugar. Helps reduce appetite and cravings, improves digestion and gut health, supports blood sugar regulation, doesn't melt fat instantly. Won't work unless combined with healthy habits. If you're expecting a magic weight loss drink, you'll be disappointed. But if you use it correctly, in moderation, before meals, and as part of a healthy lifestyle, it can be a useful tool. And remember, more isn't better. Stick to 1 to 2 tablespoons a day, always dilute it, and never rely on it as a quick fix. Sustainable weight loss is about consistency, not shortcuts. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried apple cider vinegar for weight loss? What results did you get? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. And if you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe to Health Habit, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into health trends. See you in the next video.